Yo, what is up everybody? This is going to be my quick review of the Pen Gear Gel Clicker Pen, right? Pen Gear Gel Clicker Pen. You might have seen these at your local Walmart, actually. That's where I bought mine. So this pen was, I believe, a 2-pack for maybe $1, $2. And the reason why I had purchased these 2 pens was for a school supply, right? And I'm very picky about my pens. This one was gel and it looked slick. I was gonna buy the 10-pack, but I said, you know what? I'm picky about my pens. I'll buy the 2-pack and see how I like them. After all, you don't need 10 pens, right? Well, let me say, I am extremely thankful that I did not buy the 10-pack because these pens are terrible. Now, let's see if I can show you what I experienced while taking notes in class, right? So I don't know if this one was the one that I was using, but I was using one of them, right? So this one, okay, let's see, it writes pretty well. This one might actually be fine, right? But there was one of them, maybe it was this one. Or maybe they just don't want to act up for me now. But basically they were running out of ink each time I was trying to press down on the pen. Maybe it's had some time to reconfigure itself and figure itself out. But that doesn't change what I experienced, and I don't believe it was user error, right? Because I am a very lovely pen constructor, right? So I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so that was just one problem I had, is I was writing, and as I was writing it would dry out, run out of ink, right? Now I don't know why it's not doing it now. Maybe it was because I was taking notes. I mean, I am seeing like a little bit, like right here, where it starts to get like a little funky. So I am still feeling a little bit, but it would literally just stop writing. I'd have to go in the corner, scribble a bunch, and continue writing, and then it would dry out again. Maybe it was the type of paper I was on, maybe it was that, but I've never had that experience with another pen. So even though it's not showing what it did here, it did it to me the first time, okay? So that's my first problem with this pen. The second problem is it looks pretty cool, like it's got these lines on the side, cool looking pen, but when you feel it, it just doesn't feel right, like it feels cheap. This looks like it's supposed to be a bit of metal, it's plastic, everything's plastic. This whole thing just feels cheap. Now the other thing I would like to judge it on is its fidgetness. Now the clicker of the pen, sure, I mean, it's a little damp, but that's not necessarily too much of a problem. But the action could be better. But this doesn't feel very good. There's only one unscrewy, okay? Usually I like an unscrewy here, maybe one here, maybe one here, right? But there's only one unscrewy, okay? Not good enough for me, okay? I like lots of unscrewy with my pens, and this piece just feels so cheap. Like, for, I know $1 isn't much to pay for 2 pens, but like, if you got a pen that looks like this, I would expect it to act like this, you know, even though it's not, and it's an off-brand pen, right? But at least do what the brands do in a shitty way. This is not doing what they do, making this plastic. So I've never taken this fully out before, but we do have a pretty thick amount of ink here. It just doesn't like to come out 100% of the time, so that's not bad. Clicker doesn't come out. That is a very, very, very negative part of pen. I would like my clicker to come out. I would like to completely deconstruct my pen and then put it back together. Unfortunately, with this pen, I cannot do that, which is okay. But fairly simple construction. I'm going to be throwing these pens away because of what they did to me during this period of note taking. I'm going to be throwing them both away. They are unreliable. Although they performed here pretty fine. Oh, I'm starting to feel it a little bit. You can feel it when you're writing. It's sort of this crunchiness. Like, look, right there. See, it missed a gap there. It does that quite a lot. And I don't know why it's not doing it as much here. Look, this one's way darker. Like, this pen writes way darker than that one. Maybe it's just this one that was having a real problem with the ball end. And, you know, I did all the tricks like licking it and scraping it on my shoe. But this one I got, it's just bad quality, okay? That's all I have to say about that. So I will be getting rid of this pen, and I will be going with either a G2 or some type of zebra. I even buy like these packs of like this pen. I would choose this any day over this pen because I at least know that this, you know, half a penny cost Bic pen will write when I need it to write until it stops writing. This pen, it's a gamble. Like, let's be honest, it's a gamble. You don't know if it's gonna write every time you want it to, which I hate. I really don't like. It's absolutely horrible, and I'm very disappointed. It's not that difficult to make a pen that will write, okay? And especially with like no aluminum. Like, how do you spend all your money on gel ink but you can't make a little bit of aluminum? Like, it's really just gross. Yeah, I would show you my notes from yesterday to show you where it's doing it, but I honestly don't feel like it. I guess the last thing we'll test here, since I am going to be throwing these pens away, is how this piece breaks off. I know a lot of people like to chew on this piece, like to break it off, like to see how it looks, and maybe it, you know, satisfies some sort of need for rage inside them during their classes. But the thing that really disappoints me the most is seeing a pen with the clip broken off. It's very terrible, especially mechanical pencils. You can only do it once and you can't do it ever again. I'm not sure how much satisfaction it gives people. It's really makes me uncomfortable, but for the people who do enjoy that, we'll take a look and see, I guess, the quality of how this breaks and the satisfaction you can get from it breaking. So I'm guessing most people just go with the lift up technique, and that break is disgusting. Like, that wasn't a break at all. It actually looks like it just slides right in, like it's a little thing here. So even for the disgusting pen breakers, this pen will not do you any good because the pen actually is still functional and you won't get the same rage of destruction and satisfaction from that you would in a actual breaking of something. Let's see if that holds true. Is it just slide on there? I'm gonna test it with this one. Does it just slide off? Maybe not. Maybe it does have something holding it together here. Like, the rest of the pen is bending as I'm trying to bend this little plastic piece. So yeah, it looks like it is just clamped on there. The pen doesn't look broken, it just looks gross. You're not going to get as much satisfaction off of that. So yes, these pens are disgusting. I will never buy one again, and I hope you don't either until they receive at least an upgrade to where I can write with the pen and know that it will write on paper every time, like this 1 penny Bic round stick pen will. I know that this pen will work, and this one is probably a couple years old right at this point, and I know I can open it up and just start jotting stuff down and it will never malfunction like the other one did, which is the only thing you really want from a pen. you know, you can talk all day about how it feels in your hand, how the click is, how the construction of it is made, and all the other points I made. But at the end of the day, you want to buy a pen that will write and will write every time. These pens are not one of those pens, okay? If you really need a pen, do not buy this one. Spend the exact same amount of money it costs for 2 of these pens and get 100 of these ones. All right, that is the only point I have to make today. Something probably I will buy will be, let's see if I have any on hand. This is a red one, but this is the Pilot G2. This is the best pen ever made. I have a hesitancy saying that, but you know what? I will have to say that for now. Maybe I will change my opinion in the future, or maybe I'll be reminded of a better pen, but the Pilot G2 has never steered me wrong once in my life, right? We like that middle section, all types of stuff. The construction is just beautiful. I don't think that, oh, the clicker does come out, question mark. Maybe it doesn't, but that's okay, because this pen knows how to write, okay, and that's what's really important. Anyway, end of the day, do not buy the Pen Gear gel pens, not even for $1.